The Real Mccoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real Mccoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he's made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Left, 2, 3, right, 2, 3. Left, 2,
Oh, I'm sorry, Sugar Babe. I two'd when I should have three.
It's no use, Kate. You're just wasting your turn. Oh, leave that record on, Hassie. But the Grange dance is 2 weeks from Saturday. You're never going to teach him to dance by then. I am so. Left, 2, 3, right, 2, 3. I'm going to teach you to dance, and my name ain't Kate McCoy. Left.
You learn this fella to dance, and your name will be Houdini the Magician.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey, but I guess I just ain't got my heart in it.
Oh, your heart's in it all right, Luke. Now, all you got to do is get your feet to join up.
Is that so? Well, I'd like to see you do any better.
Go ahead, Grandpa. Show him.
I don't want to make him feel bad, that's all.
Says who?
Says me, Amos McCoy, better known by the women folk of West Virginia as Old Twinkle Toe.
Got their record on. This big galoot has got to learn how to dance. I'm tired of being the only woman at a social with a man that can't dance a two-step.
Well, now, if you want my opinion...
Yeah, I reckon we can get along without it, Twinkle Toes.
Now, Luke, where's your sense of humor?
It's in his feet. Ain't you been watching?
Now, don't you pay him no mind. You better concentrate on one thing, learning how to dance. Left, 2, 3, right.
Look, now, look, honey. Why don't we just forget about it for tonight?
Oh, what's the matter with you, Luke? Do you like sitting at socials and watching me dancing with the other man?
It's all right with me. It's all right with me, just as long as the music's playing and I can see daylight between you.
Ain't all right with me. Come on, Luke. Now you try it with me. Come on.
now.
Oh, go on, Luke. Try it. Left, 2, 3. Right, 2, 3. Left.
I did it again.
Now stop this. Why, we still got a woman in the house that can stand on her feet. Luke, some folks has got it and some ain't. And you just ain't.
Did I hear music just now?
You did if you could hear it over the screams of the wounded females.
Now, cut it out, Grandpa.
Now, Luke, you asked for this. And if you was a real McCoy, you'd put your foot down on this dancing tomfoolery and let her know once and for all that you're a farmer, not a dancer. Now, I'm going out and get some air. Fresh air.
Kate, Grandpa's right. This just ain't for me, and I don't want no part of it. You can't make a dancer out of a sow's ear.
You might as well give up, Kate.
Senor Luke is a good man, even if he cannot dance.
Oh, there's no reason in the world why he can't learn to dance with Pino. He just don't want to.
Well, Senora Kate, for some people it's very difficult. Like Miss Reynolds was telling me. Miss Reynolds said that sometimes...
Who's Miss Reynolds?
She's a lady that just opened a dance studio in town. Miss Harriet Reynolds. She's... Chihuahua. She could teach Senor Luke how to dance.
A dancing teacher. How much does she charge, Peppino?
Well, I don't know, but I don't think much.
What's the use? You couldn't drag Luke to dancing school with a team of wild horses.
I guess Hassie's right.
Well, why don't I ask her to come out here?
What good will that do?
Well, once she's here, I think Senor Luke will be polite and listen to her.
But what about Grandpa? You know what he's gonna say.
Yeah, I forgot about Grandpa.
Now, wait a minute. Tomorrow night is Grandpa's checker night at George McMichael's. We could do it then. Do you think she could come, Peppino?
Sure. She needs the business very much.
Peppino, I can't tell you how pleased I am. And I want you to know that you're going to come out of this with the feeling you've done a good turn.
Also a small commission, which I will give back to you.
Tell me who this mysterious company is that I had to put on a tie for.
You'll see. It's a big surprise. Now stop your fussing and concentrate on them dishes.
Yeah.
She's driving up now, Kate. She's early. Let her in, will you, Hassie?
She's driving up. Well, a female surprise. That's something.
You behave yourself.
I'm Harriet Reynolds, my dear.
I'm Hassie McCoy, Luke's sister.
How do you do?
How do you do? This is Miss Reynolds, Kate.
I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Kate McCoy, and this here's my husband, Luke.
Oh, I do.
I'm happy to meet you. So this is the young man who wants to learn to dance.
Learn to dance? now, wait a minute. Wait a minute,
Well,
Kate.
we don't exactly want to. You're going to have to tie him down.
Miss Reynolds, I don't know what my wife here's been telling you, but I'm not about
Would
to
you
learn how to
excuse
dance.
us a minute?
I'm
I'd like to have a
learn how
word
to
with
do
my
nothing
husband in
now.
the kitchen.
Dance and teach
The story of civilization, my dear. If we didn't thrust culture down their throats, they'd still be animals.
If you think for 1 minute that
Look, just listen
Is this
to
the
me.
way you repay me for being a loving husband?
I'm doing it for your own good. Now, keep your voice
For
down.
my own good? I don't know more about my own good than you do. A big surprise, she said. A big surprise.
Luke, I want you to go in there and talk to her like a gentleman.
I don't see why I have to go in there and
Luke,
talk
do
to
you
her like
love me?
anything. I don't see what right you got
Do
to
you
bring up
love
with
me?
it. I ain't some kind of a baby to...
Well, if you'll excuse me, Miss Reynolds, I have some homework to do. Night.
Good night.
Night.
Not Hassie. Miss Reynolds, my Luke is most anxious to learn how to dance.
Splendid. The desire to learn is half the battle.
Do you mind if I ask you, Miss Reynolds, how much this here battle's gonna cost?
Ordinarily, I charge $2 an hour.
Oh, well, that's more than we can afford. Not that you're asking too much, mind you, but things just ain't been going too good for us lately. It's such a shame, too, because I wanted so much to learn how to dance.
As I was saying, Mr. McCoy, as much as I'm new in town, and this is an introductory offer, I'd be happy to reduce my price to $1.
Well, that's real nice of you, Miss Reynolds.
Yeah, it sure is.
Can you be at my studio at 5 tomorrow afternoon?
Well, no. No, you see, I got my chores to do.
5
and then
o'clock
I've got...
will be just fine. He finishes his chores about 4.
Splendid. I'm on Willow Street, just above Lydecker's Meat Market.
He'll be there. Grandpa, what are you doing home so early?
I'm tired. Ain't no sense in a man trying to play checkers when he gets so galled down asleep he starts jumping his own man wife. Excuse me, ma'am, I didn't see you.
Oh, this is Miss Reynolds. She was just on her way out, Grandpa.
Yeah, good night, Miss Reynolds.
Don't let me keep you, ma'am.
Perhaps you'd like to take dancing lessons also.
Some other time, Miss Reynolds.
Dancing lessons? Also?
Yes, I have a dancing school in town.
Dancing school? Well, that takes care of the dancing lessons, but what about this also bit? Luke,
Well,
you
hold
tell
up,
me
Miss
that she
Reynolds.
lets you...
She's in a hurry. Goodbye, Miss
Good night, Miss Reynolds.
So, you're taking dancing lessons, Mr. Hotchkiss.
Hotchkiss.
Well, your name sure ain't McCoy. No, McCoy never got caught taking dancing lessons.
Just a minute, Grandpa. Don't you start in on me.
He's doing it to please me.
Oh, sure, and I'm picked an apple to please Eve, and Napoleon started a war to please Josephine.
Luke, if you let Grandpa talk you out of taking them dancing lessons, I'm gonna... Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be mighty unpleasant.
Listen, Grandpa.
You talking to me, stranger?
Why are you acting like that? Grandpa, what's the harm in me taking some dancing lessons if it'll make Kate happy?
Yeah, just how do you figure on making a woman happy by cheating her?
I don't know what you're talking about, Grandpa.
She married a man. She married a real man. Better than that, she married real McCoy, didn't she?
Oh, yeah?
Well, she's entitled to what she married, ain't she?
Sure she is.
Well, when that man she married lets herself turn into a chicken-livered pussycat, then he's cheating her.
Now you're getting me confused.
There ain't nothing to get confused about. It's as plain as the nose in the face. The more you give in to a woman, the less respect she's got for you in the end.
Yeah, but Grandpa, Kate's got her heart set on me learning to dance.
Oh, there's a lot more important things than learning to dance. Man keeps his self-respect and the respect of his wife. There's two of them. Now, I ain't gonna say no more. Look, I'm all done.
No, wait a minute, Grandpa. I ain't saying you're wrong, but it just don't seem right to me that I should just plain refuse to take them dancing lessons without giving her some good reason. Maybe two smart fellas like us could think of some way for me to get out of them without refusing.
Maybe smart, Luke. We ain't that smart.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Grandpa, suppose I was willing to take the lessons, but Miss Reynolds didn't want to give them.
Now, just why would a woman pass up a chance to torture a man?
Why? Because the man is torturing her more than she's torturing him.
Keep talking, keep talking.
Now, Grandpa, suppose I was so clumsy I stepped all over her feet, scratched the leather off her shoes, and tromped on her toes. Just how long you reckon she'd put up with that?
Why, you got it. I'll leave you have the loan of my hobnail boots.
I don't think I'll need him. It's the weight you put behind them that counts. Just now. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, sorry, I broke your ankle. 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, there goes your toes out. Now, Grandpa.
Come in.
Oh, if you're taking your lesson now, I can come back tomorrow.
Oh, I'm not taking a lesson. You must be Mr. McCoy.
Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
Well, I'm Joy Reynolds, your teacher.
You're my teacher? What about the other, Miss Harriet?
My aunt? She's out drumming up business. If you'd rather take your lessons with her, it can be arranged.
Oh, no. No. I'll struggle along with you.
Well, I hope I can do the job.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
And I think I can guarantee you that it won't be too painful.
Yeah, well, I can guarantee you that it's going to be a whole lot less painful than it would have been.
Watch my feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, thank you kindly. For my next number, I think I'll do an Irish jig.
Oh, Luke, I just can't get over it. I can't tell you how proud I am of you.
Well, it's easy once you just learn to relax. Besides, Miss Reynolds' niece is a real fine teacher.
Well, she must be. I know how you had your mind set again learning. And to see the way you've been getting them lessons every day on time and not missing a one, it's just done my heart good.
All I know is I want to make my little sugar babe happy.
Hi, Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa?
Grandpa, you ought to see your grandson dance. You just wouldn't believe it was the same fella.
Well, I ain't talking to him, and he knows why.
Oh, now, Grandpa, I know you didn't want him to take them dancing lessons, but he done it, and I'm right proud of him. Well, don't you let that praise go to your head now. You got to keep right on learning. You got to keep taking them lessons, you hear?
Honey, I'll suffer through them lessons for 10 years if it'll keep you happy.
Pitiful, just pitiful.
Well, I guess I better get in and get this dress in for that PTA meeting tomorrow night.
You going to another one of them things?
Oh, well, this is a really important one, Grandpa. We're electing a new president. See you later.
No, well, there's just one thing I want to show you. Here on the turn. 1, 2, 3, feet together. 1, 2, 3 together. 1, 2, 3. Come in.
Kate, Grandpa.
Oh, we just come out of the movies and thought we'd stop by and pick you up.
Well, I'm glad you did. Oh, we just finished. Grandpa, this is my grandpa, Amos McCoy, and this is my wife, Kate. That's Miss Joy Reynolds, Harriet's niece.
Oh, so this is Miss Harriet's niece.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Even be a rascal's grandpa.
I think he's showing a real talent for dancing, don't you?
Yeah, I think he shows a real talent for a lot of things. I apologize, Luke.
I hope you're as pleased with your husband's progress as I am, Mrs. McCoy.
Yes.
Oh, here she's tickled pink.
I'd say it was more green.
By the way, we're having the studio painted tomorrow night, and, well, I was wondering if I might come out to your house for the lesson.
Well, I don't see why not.
I think that'd be just fine. I'd love to watch you give the lesson.
Oh, I wish you would.
Yeah, well, sure, you can. Oh, no, you can't. You got that PTA meeting tomorrow night, you remember?
PTA meeting? What PTA meeting? Oh, well, that's not important. Not when I've got a chance to watch you take your lesson, honey.
Yeah, but you said you're going to elect the president, sugar babe.
They can elect a president without me, darling.
Well, I'll see you all tomorrow night. Very nice meeting you, Mrs. McCoy. Mr. McCoy?
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Good night, Miss Reynolds.
Say, you better make for a storm cellar. There's a tornado heading this way.
Good night. I don't understand what's bothering you, honey.
Nothing's bothering me.
Well, you ain't talked to me all the way home.
So you'd be willing to take them dancing lessons for 10 years if it'd make me happy, would you?
Now, listen, Kate, honey, taking them dancing lessons was your idea.
Taking them lessons from Miss Harriet was my idea.
Well, I told you I was taking them from her niece.
But you didn't bother to tell me that her niece was a pretty young girl.
Pretty? Well, you think she's pretty? Well, I never get to look at nothing but her feet, and they're just run-of-the-mill.
I was wondering why you've been spending a half an hour every day sprucing up for them dancing lessons.
Well, I just been cleaning up a little bit. You know, taking dancing lessons ain't like going to slop the hog.
Boy, are you going to stand there and tell me you ain't been enjoying taking lessons with that Miss... What's her name?
No, I ain't been enjoying it.
Then how come you dance so good?
I got talent. You heard what she said. Now, look, sugar babe, it stands to reason that if you gotta suffer, you might as well suffer with somebody that's pretty to look at.
Oh, you admit she's pretty. I thought you only looked at her feet.
Well, I caught a glimpse of her face once or twice by accident.
She's prettier than I am.
She ain't no such thing.
You know darn well you think she's prettier than I am.
I do not. She may be, but I don't think so.
Not only two-timing me, now you're insulting me.
I ain't been two-timing. I've been two-stepping, and it wasn't behind your back, and I think you're being pretty darn silly.
Luke McCoy, don't you turn your back and stomp out on me.
And why not?
Because I'm turning my back and stomping out on you.
3 blind mice, 3 blind mice, see how they run, see. Now, you know, one little old blind mouse ain't going to do this all by itself, you know. You know, we could flood this room with water. The way the temperature is now, we could have some inside ice skating in about 15 minutes. I'm getting fed up with all this tomfoolery. Now, Luke, you go on, show her you're bigger than she is. You know, it was your fault for not telling about that girl, you know. Now, go on, apologize to her. Go ahead.
I think I'll go in the kitchen and get me a glass of water.
Well?
Well?
2 wells and ain't a drop of water in them. Look, why don't you go out there and tell her what she's waiting to hear you say? That you love her.
Look, if she don't know that by now, Grandpa, it's just too late to tell her.
Oh, but women's all alike. Well, they never get enough of hearing that, no more than a baby gets enough of candy. You know, women thinks that they growed up and men's just little boys. But just between me and you, why, they're little babies.
I didn't do nothing wrong, unless you can call dancing with a pretty girl wrong.
Well, there ain't no law against that. Except you ain't dealing with a courtroom trial, you're dealing with a wife.
She's got to learn to trust me, and that's all there is to it.
And you still taking that dancing lesson from Miss Reynolds tonight?
You bet your hobnail boots I am. In 1 hour from now.
You know something, Luke? You're the bull-headedest fella I ever knowed in all my born days. And I just can't figure out who you take after. Little girl like to have a lollipop with you?
But Grandpa ain't a baby.
Well, the way you're acting right now, I'd say he was about 6 years old.
I've got every right to act the way I'm acting. You wouldn't understand. You ain't a woman.
Well, if I was a woman, I'd keep reminding myself that us females are a whole lot smarter than them stupid men.
He didn't tell me about her. Why didn't he tell me about her?
Oh, for the same reason when a dog finds himself a nice juicy bone, he goes buries it. It's just a harmless way of making a bone taste sweeter, that's all. It don't mean he ain't an honest dog.
You do all the talking you want, Grandpa. It ain't gonna change the way I feel.
Now, Kate, I want you to do something for me. I want you to go get all dressed up, say goodbye to Luke, just like you didn't have a worry in the world. Go to that PTA meeting.
And leave him here alone?
And leave me here alone. If you love him, you gotta trust him.
Luke?
You speaking to me?
Luke, I got something to say to you.
Thought up some more insults, have you?
No. I didn't mean to insult you, Luke. It was real childish of me.
No. You just don't trust me, that's all.
Yes, I do. That's what I wanted to tell you. I trust you. I got all the trust in the world in you.
You have?
Of course I have.
Well, Well, ain't that just like a sneaky woman to trust you when you least expect it? Sugar babe, I reckon this whole mess is my fault.
It was my fault.
Danged if you ain't right as usual. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop taking them dancing lessons. When Miss Reynolds comes here, I'm just going to tell her that I'm not going to take...
You're going to take that dancing lesson tonight, and I'm going to that PTA meeting. We're going to start behaving like two grown-up human beings that love and trust each other.
You know something? I like you.
Come on, Kate. We're going to be late for that PTA meeting.
Oh, I'm ready, Grandpa. Good night, honey.
Good night, sugar babe.
Kind of looks like the tornado done blowed itself out and the sun's shining again, huh?
Have a good lesson, honey.
I'll be thinking about you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh. Miss Harriet, what are you doing here?
Well, I've come to give your husband his dancing lesson.
Well, what about your niece?
She's not coming. Didn't your grandfather tell you? He called and asked...
We better be getting on to meeting, Kate. Good night, Miss Harriet.
Yes, good night.
Grandpa, you're a fox.
Ain't got much choice. Too old to be a wolf.
Hey, by the way, what are you all dressed up for?
Why, what do you mean? I'm all dressed up to go take my dancing lesson. That's what's for it.
Dancing lesson?
Sure, I'm going over to Miss Reynolds' house.
I thought you was too old to be a wolf.
Well, I am too old to bite, but I still got a howl or two left in me.